to Trials, Triumphs, and Truths with Dr. Monica. Please share and tag a friend now. You're listening to the theme song for this podcast, new music by a friend and upcoming artist, Carrie Taylor. I'm moving up. Listen for a few seconds. The song says, haters, fakers, you'll never stop me. I'm better, I'm stronger, I'm moving up, all the way up. My dedication and I'm staying true. I am Dr. Monica, the author of Wounds of Wisdom, written to help you confront, close, and heal so that you can move up, not partially up, but all the way up with confidence. In this book, I am very transparent about the words of wisdoms that I gained from wounds that I've gained. So you can get your copy of this book at drmonica.com/books. And be sure to stay online for this entire broadcast because there'll be a special offer just for Instagram followers for a discount on the book. I'm planning to be on Instagram Live at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Monday. And I am on Facebook Live every Thursday at 4:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you missed the Thursday post, go ahead and look in IGTV and you'll be able to view Thursday's broadcast. Thursday, I discussed Chapter 3, Friends Wounds. And I want to continue that discussion just a little bit longer because a question I posed to the viewers was, who lost at least one friend in 2020? And one particular comment in the chat really caught my attention. And actually it was posted by the individual who wrote our theme song, who is the author of the theme song, Carrie. And I'm going to pose 3 questions today and then 3 points. First of all, the first question I want to ask is, can you really lose a friend? Think about that for a moment. Can you lose a friend? In the book on page 46, I talk about the definition of a friend. A person whom one knows and with one who bonds of mutual affection. Someone who has your best interest at heart. Someone that's true. True family and friends always have your back. So, let's check out a few key phrases in there. Bond. Can you break a bond? Can you lose a bond? If you lose the bond, was it really a bond? Have good intentions for you, not them. If they don't have good intentions, can you lose a friend? We make assumptions about people, and I'm not aiming to offend anybody or be politically correct by this example that I'm about to use, but it's from my perspective, my upbringing, and my experience. And yours may be different, and that's okay. Back in the day when guys used to ask girls to go with them, as in be their girlfriend or be their lady, it was clear that they wanted a relationship. It was a sense of exclusivity, between one male and one female. There was a commitment. You had expectations and you had rules in that relationship that you expected. So point number 1 I want to make is stop making assumptions about friends. Perhaps we need to ask people to be our friends and then outline the expectations and rules for that friendship. Maybe we need to have a conversation about friends. We jump in and call friends friend way too quickly because they're a friend of a friend. We click, there's just something about this person from day one. And we introduce them and call them a friend. I'm in a season that I'm trying not to do that, because I'm in a season of accountability, holding myself accountable. And in addition to holding myself accountable, I have to hold others accountable. So question number 2, why does losing a friend still hurt? It may be years that are past and you still have that hurt. Now, perhaps we should have to still be disappointed, but hurt to the point that it's wounding us, keeping us from going forward. Maybe it may make us have a little bit of sadness, but the hurt is what keeps us down. And perhaps you're still hurting because you had expectations of a friend that they did not have for themselves, or that they couldn't even meet those expectations. You just didn't see it. And, I say people always show you who they are, not necessarily tell you. So you just have to pay attention from day one. Watch their consistencies. Watch their inconsistencies, their character shifts. Start asking questions. Hold them accountable to when these things change. When something doesn't feel right to you in your spirit, or your instincts tell you something is not right, question that. Throughout this book, I talk about gut and instincts. A lot of times we suppress the things that we know that we feel. So point number 2 I want to say is evaluate people before you move them into the category of friend. And then you may have to categorize them accordingly. Maybe they're for a season or a reason, and some are them for a lifetime. Just because you like someone, just because they attend the same church you are in, just because they're in a sorority or a club, live in the same community, the same race, have the same education attainment, some of the same hobbies, even mutual friends or attended school or in your network, doesn't make them a friend. My real friends, I believe, should be a reflection of me. So I've chosen to narrow down my circle. I want my friends to have the same character, the same integrity, to treat people with integrity. If not, then I need to reduce my circle, and perhaps you may need to do that too. If I refer a friend to someone, then I want that to have value, that they're going to come through, that they're going to do whatever I refer them to that person, and won't be hurt or wounded by the person. So I think we need to look at friends a little differently. Question number 3, the final question for this podcast. Could it be that you allow your good heart to keep you in situations that hurt, harm, and wound you? That's accountability. We have to take accountability for ourselves. It's not always the other person's fault. We allowed ourselves to be in certain situations. We made certain choices. There was a post on Facebook earlier today, and I just want to read that to you because it really spoke to this question. It says, stop letting your good heart keep you in situations that are breaking your heart. Stop being loyal to the things that don't deserve your loyalty. Okay. So I'm going to go further and say, stop being loyal to intentions. I mentioned in the Facebook Live last week, about good intentions. Okay, but what is the value of good intentions? Or, what do good intentions accomplish? Or do people that prey on you, they have intentions for your good heart? Just something to think about. Take control of your heart. Take control of your wounds. Take control of your healing. So, it may not be nice to grill people, but sometimes you may have to. You may have to cut some people off. A lot of people say, oh, you have to extend grace because grace was extended to you. Yes, in some instances, but not foolish grace, not to the point of gullibility and wounding your spirit, wounding your heart and hurting you. We have to learn to proceed with caution. And this next thing may offend some people, but this is the reality and my reality and many of my readers' reality. If you go on the website or follow some of the questions that are on the page, you'll see, you know, this church and Christian thing has messed some of us up. I mean, taught us to turn the other cheek. You know, we see things and turn a blind eye. Or, you know, you hear people say, well, you don't know what people have gone through. We don't know what they've gone through. However, when do we stop and hold people accountable for what they're doing? Where do they get help? Where do they go to be taught to deal with their hurts, as opposed to staying in a wounded state, thinking they're healed and wounding others? Where can they go for assistance to be healed? You know, people do not want to be held accountable, but they want to hold other people accountable. People prey on the wounded, your gullibility, and your good heart and your naivety. And this is why it's so important that you must know yourself, pay attention, and guard yourself and heal. That's how we get wounded, by trying to measure up and live in other people's expectations or the boundaries we set. And as I said, even the Christian values, you know, they've harmed us in many ways because we've taken it to the extreme. And here's another one. Sometimes people say, it's not the person, it's the spirit in them. Again, when do we acknowledge that some people are simply bad and make bad decisions and choices? You know, we have to hold people accountable and stop sugarcoating and brushing over reality. So the final point I want to make is not everyone is friend material. Some people have no intentions of being your friend. Some don't even know how to be a friend. Some have been wounded so long that the only thing they know is to wound you. So they change or align with people that they shouldn't. And in the book, I do state that, you know, you truly become the environment that you are in. You truly do. A lot of people will say, well, I can fit into this environment and not become this. Well, again, you hang around the snake, you get bit. You lay with dogs, you catch fleas, or whatever the statement is. So if you found this podcast to be encouraging or enlightening, share it, please. And purchase the book at drmonica.com/books. Only if you're going to read the book, because I believe that this book will help you help heal wounds. And if you've heard anything that will help, please share it with others. Also, if you purchase the book and journal by midnight Pacific Standard Time today, so you have about 11 more hours, it's about 1:15 Pacific Standard Time, you can take $5 off your total purchase. Again, you can purchase at drmonica.com/book. Please post comments and share, like this. I might use your comment in next week's live. And please join me next Monday and each Monday at 1 p.m. on Instagram Live, and on Facebook Live at 4:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Thursdays. And use the handle Wounds of Wisdom by Dr. Monica. This concludes Trials, Triumphs, and Truths with Dr. Monica. Thank you for tuning in, or for the replay. And we're going to end again with the song by Carrie Taylor, which is our theme song. And until next time, don't allow anyone to disturb your peace. And don't you disturb anyone's peace for the rest of the day. Peace is so difficult to come by. So guard it. Guard it, whatever you must do. Have a great day. And move up, not down, okay? Stay encouraged. Stay peaceful. Encourage yourself on today. And again, have a great day, everyone.